It's Madden NFL 24 on EA Sports, where London will play host to a different kind of football. It's the Raiders and the Lions, and it's coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Las Vegas Raiders taking on the Detroit Lions. Welcome again, one and all. Thanks for tuning in. I'm Brandon Gaudin on hand alongside Charles Davis. And yes, the storyline here, the weather. Snow and more of it expected as this game continues. So how will that impact how this one goes?
Can these teams ignore the distraction and the strangeness of playing in a snow game? Because it actually affects the crowd as well. That big roar you get is often muffled when there's a snow game. And the second part, what's the footwear you got on? Does that fit the turf you're playing on? And how will it handle as things get a little bit slick?
What we can see of the ball appears to be teed up and ready to go. And we are underway here in London. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. So here comes the Raider offense now onto the field. And a glance here at their quarterback, standing 6'3".
Tell you what, partner, he might just be a rookie, but he certainly looks the part of a veteran NFL starter, and he carries himself like one leading the offense out there. In a lot of ways, he is advanced as a first-year quarterback, and he came in and was right at home with this offense.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
And right away, he lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And they'll be inside the red zone with a ball at the 16-yard line. Every week we hear talk about create turnovers. In particular, they wanted to force some fumbles. They got one right there.
And it shows you how the game has changed over time. It used to be good enough for a guy to get a sack of a quarterback in the pocket. Now, if you come to the sidelines and you didn't knock the ball free, your coaches are upset with you, all right? So if you're a quarterback, it starts all the way back in the youth leagues. Take care of the ball, take care of the ball, take care of the ball, because here come the defenders.
They'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. David Montgomery, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one.
Well, that's how you take advantage of an early turnover. A sudden change situation, meaning ball's turned over. How's both sides going to handle it? One side handled it way better. They went right out on the field and put the ball in the end zone.
One play, that just added insult to injury.
Yeah, that just tells you on the defensive side, they didn't come out ready to go. Still reeling from the fact that the ball got turned over.
The point after, no gimme in the snow, but it's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And able to get this out to the 25. Second drive of the game coming up for this Las Vegas offense. They had the fumble on the last drive, wound up leading to the opening touchdown. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10. Here's O'Connell looking to throw it. Open man is Myers. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Jacobs going to try the middle. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Really early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Back to throw, O'Connell. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as he's able to get 8 yards there on 3rd and 5. Running straight ahead is Jacobs. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. Give them 12 yards that time at a Las Vegas first. Once again, it's Jacobs. And a good run here as he'll rumble all the way down to the 40-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Fakes the handoff. Now O'Connell to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Second time in this game, Charles, the ball is squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
This will be play number 8 here on the drive. It's 3rd and a yard. Now O'Connell. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 21. They only needed 1 yard on 3rd down. They get 10 instead by going to the air. Play action. Now O'Connell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble. That could have been trouble. After 7-0 on EA Sports. The Raiders with the football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it facing a 2nd and long situation. Off the play fake, here's O'Connell. He hits Adams, good play. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10, mark him down at the 9. First catch of the game for Adams, and he's got a first down. Here's Jacobs. He pushes forward from maybe 3 down to the 6-yard line.
That's good power football on 1st and goal. A lot of teams will throw from there, but that's a nice job to chew up a few more yards and get yourself closer to the goal line.
Now it's O'Connell. The quick slant caught. 5 yards that time on the completion, and now it's 3rd and goal.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And he'll actually lose a little bit of yardage here. Back to the 2. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
The kick by Carlson is good. So a conservative decision there, but it does put him on the board.
And I know the players hate it, the coaches hate it, but sometimes you just got to take the points when they're there. Sometimes a field goal is pretty darn good.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Back onto the field come the Lions for their 2nd overall drive. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive. and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Back to the ground, this time Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And the Raiders call on a nickel set for third down. And they'll go jet sweep to try to pick it up. And he'll be touchdown here, but not before he does pick up the first. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. 2 first downs have them up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. 2nd and 10. Now gone. And that's to Amon-Ra St. Brown. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Did he keep those feeding downs? That's the question.
After review of the play, ruling on the field.
Here comes the 7th play now of this drive as this is 3rd and 10. Goff now looking to throw. He's airing it out for Williams. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 51 yards. And they are able to add on to their advantage. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So that a 7-play, 80-yard drive. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they'll be set up pretty nicely here as they have it up to the 35-yard line. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness, maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature, to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's O'Connell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. Well, they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. He already had the 1 fumble loss, so now 2 fumbles lost here in this first half.
Not setting the pace the way that you want it done. I mean, here in the first half, already twice the ball's come out and hit the turf. Got to find a way to take care of it. Otherwise, they may have to start thinking about maybe someone different in that position.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. That one good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he was able to shed 1 tackle, but could not get away from there. It'll be a gain of 5 there as they move closer. It's 2nd and goal. Montgomery is into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Badgley on for the extra point. And it's 21-3. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Raider offense heading back for one final first-half drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
2nd down and 4. And O'Connell now to throw. The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
O'Connell working from the gun. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. First down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
Out of the shotgun, here's O'Connell. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
I tell you what, that's a veteran play from a guy in his first season in the NFL. A lot of rookies are trying to force something there. He thought better of it, and that was the right decision.
A final shot before break. O'Connell. He's going to loft one deep over the middle. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu, and he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. Apologies to Coach. Cut him short. We'll talk to him post-game. We got business to get down to. Third quarter action ready to go. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And it'll come out to the 25 as Raymond will elect not to bring it out. And the Lions getting set to go on offense to start the third. Right now, everything they touch turns to gold. This is their 4th possession. Touchdowns on their first 3 possessions. I mean, this defense, they can't seem to stop them. It's like they're on skates.
Great analogy, Brandon, because they are pushing them back and winning everything at the line of scrimmage. They've just been laying down tracks towards the opposite end zone. So to themselves, all they're saying is, if we don't make a mistake, there's no way they can stop us.
54 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
Goff now looks to throw. A short pass here taken in by Laporta. First target, first catch, and a first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. Divine Diablo there to make the stop. Now a 2nd and 10. Now a give running right is Montgomery. Shedding through the defense. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry, and they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
It's caught at the 10. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the 3rd quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Extra point by Badgley, up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. So here comes the Raiders offense getting ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the 2nd half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one. At this point in the game, in the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
To throw here, O'Connell. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Raiders first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the shotgun, O'Connell. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover him.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side, able to recover that fumble.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. 45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. So from 2nd and long, now we go to 3rd and very manageable.
Yeah, they love that phrase, don't they? Because as an offensive coordinator, you can keep people a little bit off balance and guessing because you don't have to throw it. You can come back with a strong run game if you want to. And if you're in 4-down territory, that really opens things up for you.
It'll be a gain of just a yard, and that's going to make it 4th down.
If this were baseball, we'd call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. To Montgomery to begin the drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would have, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
From the gun, here's Goff. The CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
And he is going to have a Lions first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy, throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And he just danced away from that one defender on his way to a gain of about 7 yards. 3 yards to go on second down, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. Jumbo set. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. Oh, that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Up the middle, it's Montgomery. Stays on his feet. Still shedding tackles. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. When you talk about certain guys just having a nose for the end zone, he's one of them, and he was not going to be denied there.
And defensively, especially in the red zone, you've got to be able to at least slow him down and hold on for dear life. But he's able to get out of a couple of tackles there, and not enough people got there in time. Pretty poor on the defensive side of the ball.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy, because you want to make sure that the
nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because had the defense gotten it, they were already within a shadow of the goalpost.
And then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
Throwing, O'Connell. Very quick throw. He's got Myers. Calling a gain of 6 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down. Looking to throw. O'Connell. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
Take it in at the 22. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Lions will take over. And Detroit getting set to go now. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. Throwing now, Goff. Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete. The incompletion there stops the clock. Any surprise they're throwing here late?
Ordinarily, yes, because you would think enough is enough. They've got plenty of lead. but I've seen this a bunch of times as well. The defense is going to crowd the line of scrimmage. If you just hand it off inside, you're getting your running back popped a lot as well. Sometimes the defense dictates it. If they're going to crowd it, you may have no other choice but to throw it downfield.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Throwing again is Goff. And that's going to be incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference to see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up, but he certainly will have some explaining to do.
And he's got room. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Pass interference. Defense.
And since the penalty occurred in the end zone, move the ball to the 1-yard line.
1st and goal from the 1-yard line. Costly penalty.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. They'll run for it with Montgomery. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. What a game it's been for him in the backfield, Charles, as he pounds it into the end zone yet again.
Yeah, and he hits the end zone one more time, and his blockers cleared all those lanes. Before the snap, they called for the heavy unit, right? 3 tight ends coming on the field, and they got the job done clearing the way.
Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. And I guess the touchdown wasn't enough. They want the onside kick as well. And the hands team for the Raiders able to secure it. 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we've brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Off the play fake, O'Connell. Quick throw there is incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And that is ball picked up by the offense. But here in the final 2 minutes of the game, this will be blown dead. Only the fumbler can advance the football. So this will go back to the spot of the fumble itself. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Fans usually love to see scoring, and there was no shortage of it today. What a dominant showing from an offense that was truly playing at an elite level in this contest.
Partner, this game was over a long time ago. And you noticed they did not want to slow down anything. Absolutely a dream scenario for everyone on that offense, and they took advantage of every second. Guaranteed popcorn for everyone in their film session.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say cheerio from London.
It's the NFL on EA Sports.
We are set to go now on a snowy December night, and we are underway here in England. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Philly's offense getting ready, and Jalen Hurts ready to lead them. The second-round pick who started his career at Alabama, then finished with an electric senior season at Oklahoma.
Tremendous production in college at two different universities, and this is a guy who was a finalist for the Heisman Trophy. Still much more of a runner than a thrower, but has plenty of arm and is capable of making the big throws downfield. And don't underestimate his ability to think the game. Remember, he's the son of a coach.
And they'll employ the jumbo set now on 2nd and 1. Play action. Here's Hurts. That's caught by the big tight end, Dallas Goedert. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 17 yards and a first down for Philly. Now Hurts on the option right. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. 2 yards the gain on the keeper, and it's second down.
I think that's the type of run we'll continue to see throughout this game. The snow coming down, I don't expect a lot of big plays to be broken.
From the gun, it's Hurts. And his throw here's incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Throwing is Hurts. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches. And now a decision. Fourth and very short, this part of the field. What do you think they do, CD?
I think you go for it. I think there's a lot of game left to be played. I like the advantage that they're trying to create here early. I say be aggressive and try and get it done.
And that is much too long. That's into the end zone for a touchback. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by the first overall selection of the 2016 draft. From Cal, it's Jared Goff.
And when you watch him play, everything just looks like it comes so naturally to him. When he's dialed in and finds that zone, passes are crisp, he sees the field really well, and he takes charge as the leader of this offense.
A first down run, good for about 3. 2nd and 7 coming up.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator. On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
First down Lions on a pickup of 13. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And slow going there as he'll only get a yard, maybe, up to the 41.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
That's caught at the 25. Touchdown, Detroit. Jamison Williams, 59 yards. And the Lions will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. They said that they wanted to get him involved early, and what a way to cap their opening drive, Charles. We know he's one of the fastest receivers in the NFL, and he showcased it on that play.
And when you have a guy like that, you want to make sure the defense sees him early, right? You want to see how they're going to adjust, how they're going to try and guard him, because they can't replicate his speed in practice unless they've got one of the few guys who are as fast as he is. And all it took was one drive, he burned them, and I don't think it's the last time they call his number in this one.
And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. So back onto the field, here come the Eagles for their second drive. The last series for him, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10. And he'll get this up to the 30-yard line. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down. Hurts. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. It'll be a loss of 10, and it'll bring up second. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Eagles in possession. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Hurts sets up to throw it. Flushed out. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Flying in for that sack, Aiden Hutchinson.
But Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? They're so strong, but they're so lean they can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. Taking it about the 16. A very good punt, but a 16-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. They've got the 7-0 lead. Now they've got the football back after their defense got the stop, CD. And you get the feeling if they could score here, they really have all the momentum on their side.
And you just wonder right now, is the quarterback and the play caller totally in sync? Are they of one mind that, hey, what worked last time, let's keep doing it until they stop us? Or do they go to a different section in the playbook, show them something different? Either way, they want a repeat of their first drive.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
If you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism.
Dashing through the snow. Fighting his way through contact. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, 59 yards. And the Lions have taken a 2-touchdown lead now.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And it's good to make it 14-0. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
2 minutes to play, first half. It's 14-0. 3rd down and 10. Here's Hurts to throw. Eluding the pressure right. Well, almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. So as they talk it over, we step aside. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. You see David Montgomery heading back out to begin the drive. He's been good. His guys are winning. So far, the recipe working here in the second quarter.
And he doesn't like to just tote the rock. He wants to carry his team on his back, and that's what he's done throughout this game.
Yeah, he's done that. He'll be hoping to continue that trend. They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Here's Goff. And right with it here over the middle. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down. Back to throw, Goff. He's airing it out for Williams. Oh, and that is incomplete.
I like the thought process there. They connected on a big play, and sometimes you find the defense vulnerable. So they went for the bigger shot, went for it all on that one. This time, they were ready for it.
Now this throw caught left side. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles' 29-yard line. A good pickup there at 22. On first down, gone. Letting one go deep for the end zone. Open man, and he's got Williams. Touchdown, Lions. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Badgley on for the extra point. And it is now 21-0. So the drive there, 5 plays, 80 yards. And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. The Eagles offense going to take over late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game.
And now nothing but green ahead of him. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. They'll throw on first down with Hurts. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. Actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Hurts throw complete here to his receiver, Brown. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27. Now the Eagles will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. He's got his target. That's complete. And they're going to have a first down, and they're in field goal range as well as they're down inside the 20. Again, he'll drop to throw. That is caught at the 7. And the Eagles are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. This is first and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. They'll look to throw again. And he will throw this one out of the back of the end zone. It's incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them at the end zone as the first half winds down.
A line of scrimmage once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. Back to throw again. And he'll just get rid of it.
All right, Captain. He's batting down the hatches time defensively. Dodged 2 pass attempts to the end zone. Now what do you think they're going to try and dial up on 3rd and goal?
Well, knowing them and knowing what we just seen, I think they're throwing it again, don't you?
I think you have to. I think in this situation, you can't run out of your running plays, fire another one into the end zone.
So a long drive gets them down inside the 5, but ultimately they settle for just the field goal.
And I have to think that if maybe they were a yard closer, that would have made their decision tougher, and I think they likely would have gone for it. But in this situation, they just decided to take the 3, and I think it was a smart move.
So we are at halftime, and just like that, on we head to half number 2. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. But Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead. Now a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the third. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. He's on his way. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Lions come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And they're going to wind up with pretty good starting field position as they get it up past the 35. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They'll start on the ground with Swift. And they're going to stop it right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
And it's fumbles it.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage. But I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at him that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
This is taken at the 18. 54 yards on the punt there, 15 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Detroit's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 181 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man to bring down all night. A give. This is Montgomery. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
The Goff's throw into the hands of Reynolds here. They'll go down as a gain of 6. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3.
He kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort. 1st down for the Lions on a nice pickup of 18 yards. Now Montgomery, he's got it on the draw. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well. They'll try the middle with Montgomery. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. And off comes to Montgomery. 6 yards on the pickup, and it leaves him with a first and goal. It'll be first and goal when we come back. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Lions holding onto the football, and they also have the lead as we start quarter number 4. Now a run with Montgomery, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. It's a 1-yard touchdown run, and the Lions start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Badgley on for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Philadelphia's offense ready to give us another look. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half was... Hurts fumbles it, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the 4th. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head. Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery taking it in from 11 yards out. And the Lions continue to pour it on here in the 4th. When coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch. Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back through the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Philadelphia getting set to take the field. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession. It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive. Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. The Eagle passing game looking good on this drive. It's a first down. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. That's complete to DeAndre Swift out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That good for 21 yards on the catch and run. On first down, Hurts. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Second down, here's Jalen Hurts. Throwing middle, and it's complete. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Well, a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete. At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause. The kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. Well, in the grand scheme of things, those 3 points likely not going to matter much, but I guess they get a little closer, a little more respectability.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been outplayed all game long, but like my mom used to tell me all the time before I went out, dress up a little bit, son. Make yourself respectable. And that's what they're doing here. They're just dressing up the final score.
No run back here for Raymond. This will be a touchback. Another shot now for this Lions offense. This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much run on the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on third down.
That's caught. It's Sam Laporta. And he is going to have the Lions first down. And how about that for getting what you need? It's a gain of 9 there on 4th and 8. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Lions in possession of the football as we welcome you back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. He's airing it out for Williams. And that is incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Goff going to throw it. And his throw is incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down. To throw is Goff. Wright's got it. And they move this all the way down to the 9. 23 yards, the final tally. The fans expect these primetime slots to deliver some of the best games each week, and well, one team has certainly followed. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contact. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kirby Joseph. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense will very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense? Because your goal every game is to pitch a shutout. But you and I both know that's pretty unrealistic. But to hold a team below double figures in a game, in an NFL game, that's certainly something to take pride in.
And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. So the completion good for 7 there, and it'll be second down. Throwing now, gone. And give him another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Boy, he has been fun to watch throwing the football in this one. It's certainly not fun for that defense, though, Charles. Now up to 4 touchdown passes in this ball game.
Yeah, we're supposed to be neutral, but I'm feeling their pain right now because he has absolutely carved up this secondary. A clinic on how to attack a defense and take them out of the game.
Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And they are 3 for 3 on 2-point conversions as he is into the end zone for the score. Yeah, the touchdown apparently wasn't enough. They're going to go for the onside kick here. And the Eagles hands team able to cover it up. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. Here's 2nd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. This is caught inside the 15. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Well, obviously, they never want to see penalties on that defense. This one, a little bit more significant there on the downfield pass play.
And coaches preach it all the time. You can't put yourself in that kind of position if you're the defender. You've got to stay in a spot far downfield where you can play the ball without creating extra contact.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Well, this was a blowout supported by both sides of the ball today, Charles. It would be easy to look at the offense and say, man, they were clicking, and they were, but don't forget about the effort by this defense as well.
Yeah, they weren't going to let up just because the lead was safe. They wanted to play as big a part in this game as their offense did in making this blowout. They needed to be noticed as well, and they played accordingly.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.
It's the National Football League on EA Sports. We're London.
On to get us started now, the kicker Chris Boswell. And we are underway here in London. Here's Khalif Raymond to return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback, the guy out of California, the former Cal Bear, Jared Goff.
This is what this man was born for, the big spotlight on the national stage like this. Really, his entire career, he's demonstrated incredible poise no matter what type of situation his team was in. No situation is too big for him, and you can tell in the way that he takes the field. His self-belief is evident, and he gets the job done in his mind each and every time.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down. And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1. Now Montgomery. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 10 for the Lions and a first down. On the ground, it's Montgomery, and he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5.
That's a really nice, tough run inside, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Montgomery. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
This 2nd and 4. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 57 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. And he takes this one in for the Lions touchdown. David Montgomery, a 16-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are on the board first here this afternoon. Goff and that Lions offense staying on the field. They'll try for 2. Try to run it in with Montgomery. And he is not going to make it. They stop him up short, and this will remain a 6-0 ball game. Well, they had that great, long, methodical drive to put it in the end zone. Then they tried to bite off a little more and get 8 points. Instead, they're sitting at 6.
But didn't that feel like a decision that they made on Tuesday?
Yeah. Well, you usually say that's what they do, right?
Right. That's the best one. The best ones do that. They take the emotion out of it. That felt like that was scripted. Hey, if we score on the opening drive, we're going to go for 2 and try and really gain an advantage.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by a 3rd-round pick back in 2018 out of Oklahoma State. It's Mason Rudolph.
And when Mason Rudolph is on the field, sometimes the scouting reports have to be revised a little bit because often quarterbacks like to play short to get a rhythm. For Mason Rudolph, he loves the deep fade and he loves the deep post pattern. Anything over the top, those are his favorite shots downfield, and that's what gets him comfortable.
Our first carry for Najee Harris. And good running there as he'll take this all the way up to midfield. The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. From the 50, it's Rudolph. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Aiden Hutchinson. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Rudolph looking to throw it. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The Lions with the football here to begin the second quarter as they've got it 2nd down and 11. Here's Goff. His throw incomplete. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
And he is going to have a Lions 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Goff now looking to throw. Left side, that's caught by Mitchell. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
On 2nd down, Montgomery. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. It's a good gain of 11. Sets him up 1st and goal. They'll run with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery with his 2nd touchdown here in this 1st half as his guys are able to extend their lead. Dan Campbell makes the call. His guys will go for 2 here. Trying to run it in with Montgomery. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their 2nd offensive possession. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
And still second quarter, you get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. A dime look defensively for the Lions on 3rd. Here's Rudolph. Open man, that's the tight end Fryer move. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. The Lions will use the 1st of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. That's taken on the 25. So possession goes over here on the punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, while the 2 of us head for warmer areas of the press box, we'll be sending you to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this 1st half. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 107 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this 1st half. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Again, they'll go ground with Montgomery. And a strong run there as he'll maneuver his way down inside the 15. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Creeping up on a minute to play in this 1st half. And he's brought down. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. David Montgomery on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Lions will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. So he had the nice run to get him down there, was stopped just short of the goal line, but they go right back to him, CD, and he delivers to finish the drive off.
A little extra determination there, don't you think, partner? You notice he didn't tap on his helmet and say, get me out after the run down to the end zone. He said, I almost got in. I'm going to get in on my own. I'm staying in. And he carries it across the goal line.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Steelers taking over now late in this first half. I don't think they need to be reminded of the situation here. I mean, the clock is dwindling. 3-score deficit waiting for them at halftime unless they can get something on the board here before intermission. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Now Rudolph on first down. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. They came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Pressure too strong. Down he goes. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. In motion right here comes Johnson. Now they fake the jet sweep there and a run instead with Harris. The Lions quickly now going to use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. This is taken at the 15. Sheds off the tackle. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The final shot before break here. Goff. And he knocks the ball away and it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here. Let's throw in a broadcaster cliche, shall we? Both teams looking for a gift on Christmas Eve. As it's time now to send you back. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. Third quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Steeler offense now with a football first here to begin the third quarter. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Lee McNeil, what an effort to get in there and drop it. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Rudolph. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it, changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
21 yards. Well done on the return. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. 151 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And he continues to pile up the yardage. That puts him over $150 now. And this defense has really had its problems trying to keep him contained.
On 1st and 10, here's Gibbs. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work. Another miss.
Still on his feet. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10, just shy of the 5 at the 6. Good yardage as he rumbles for 24 and a first. They'll keep pounding here with Montgomery. And he will fight his way into the end zone for a touchdown. David Montgomery, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Lions will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, this offensive line has really stepped up to the challenge here because those Mastodons, they've been sensational clearing holes all game long. And this is great work down here near the goal line to give their back the space he needs to work his way into the end zone.
Here's Badgley now to try to add the PAT. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it was David Montgomery's touchdown run that polished it all off. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Throwing on 3rd down, here's Rudolph. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Aleem McNeil picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. 4th down, desperation time for Rudolph. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Steelers' first down. And they convert in style right there. A big play on 4th and long. And with this game well in hand, perhaps we are seeing the coverage lighten up a little bit as they got burned there a bit for a first down.
Well, we certainly know the coach isn't happy along the side.
Rudolph loses the football. It's Allen. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Okay, this isn't one where you want to take the game tape and hold it up as an example, do you? I mean, you talk about frustrating all the way through, and that last error, I think that crystallizes it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. That's been representative of their entire game still being shut out. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 193 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. That good for 22 and a first down. Montgomery powering his way into the end zone. It's a touchdown. Well, they just continue to roll. And, Charles, for you and I, we want the close games, but for them, it has to be so nice to enjoy this big cushion.
I can't remember the last time we saw them play this loose and have this much fun. I think they'd love to be able to capture this game, carry it with them from week to week, and be able to execute like this in all the rest of their games.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And that makes this 35-0 now. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. Well, it's been a struggle so far for this offense, Charles. It's not only that they haven't been able to put the points up, but really stringing yards together has been a real issue for them in this one.
I'm so glad you brought up the yardage because I was thinking to myself, we've seen a lot of NFL games and we've seen our share of lopsided contests, but in almost all of them, both offenses have put up at least 200 yards in a game, but not in this. Actually see the result.
22 yards there, a first down. Now it's Rudolph. Throw left side complete. That's one. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Back to the air, Rudolph. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is scooped up by the Lions. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4.
Well, partner, I think it's safe to say they can mark this down as extremely frustrating. Here we are in the 4th quarter, and that last play, that turnover, I think it epitomizes what happened to them all day on offense.
So symbolic, and that's why they're still being shut out. The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd down and 7.
From the gun, here's Rudolph. Oh, he tried to fit it in on the slant, and it's intercepted. picked by Emmanuel Mosley, and they will take over at the 29-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. They had 3 yards on first down, just 1 yard there. Here is 3rd and 5. Back to throw, Goff. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Going up the gut, Montgomery. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. And give him 5 that time as they draw a bit closer here for a 2nd and goal. They try again with Montgomery. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Well, when they said before the game that they were going to try and execute every second of this contest, I guess that was taken literally, because here they are in the final moments of the 4th, putting another touchdown on the board, Charles, to add to this big lead.
I'm not a big believer in 110%, but it certainly applies here, doesn't it? Because some guys just can't go with less. As long as there's time left on the clock, they're pushing to get to the end zone one more time. They don't really care about what the optics show. They just want to finish the game off the way that they like to play it. Full speed, all out.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum. Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Sutton. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown. But not only is his defense pitching a shutout, now they're contributing points themselves. I mean, they have really put together what's almost been a perfect effort here in this one.
I love how you express that. They've absolutely exceeded expectations in this one. And even better than their play, it's been their effort. Even with the win in their back pocket already, every one of those guys is still out there fighting like it's a tie game.
Personally, I'd rather see him kick the extra point there than to go for 2, but it almost feels like there's a story within the story here. I mean, this isn't college. You know, size of victory, that matters in those games. Here, all you have to do is win by 1 point. That's all that you need. Instead, they go for it, get 2. You got some pretty ticked off folks on the other sideline now.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the 4th quarter, facing the big deficit. What silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny, I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like 1 possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
One last throw here for Rudolph. He's got his target. That's complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was that they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say cheerio from London.